shocking story of media depravity on a most solemn day for this country. An op-ed for the Washington Post shows that MSNBC's Joe Scarborough complaining that the president is a greater danger to the United States than foreign terrorists, something he expanded on this morning.
If you strip America of its ideas, forget about knocking down buildings in the financial district, forget about running planes into the Pentagon. Those are tragedies, but those tragedies bring us closer together. America is an idea. You gut America of that idea. That's when you do the most harm to America. This seems to me a far graver threat to the idea of America.
Here to respond is New York Fire Department's commissioner during 9/11, Thomas Von Essen. Tom, first of all, it's a solemn day for all of the firefighters in New York and across this country, police, first responders, all the victims and their families. Thank you for your service to New York all those years, and especially on 9/11. I had to get your thoughts on this. Joe Scarborough saying the president is more dangerous to America than the 9/11 terrorists.
It's even worse when you hear him say it. It's pretty upsetting. Being at the ceremony this morning, and it was one of the family members got up and he was begging politicians and the press to stop politicizing September 11th, to stop using the families as fodder for, opinions on one side or the other. These are folks that mostly, all of them actually, innocent people on airplanes or in buildings, or firefighters, police officers, and emergency first responders who just tried to go in and make a difference and help people and get them out of harm's way. I've known at least, I would say, between 5 to 10 of the firefighters, good friends of mine, whose kids grew up and went to military academies, all with the idea of going in the military and serving the country, serving to honor their fathers. And most of those fathers were really special guys, the best of the best we had. And we had some really great people. So I would really doubt that if you asked any of those kids graduating from Naval Academy or West Point, or the kids that went on the job to honor their parents or their fathers, how they felt about it, the police officers and the firefighters, I think you might get a very different version of the politics of disagreeing with the president, who we should be working to help no matter what our opinions are, and comparing him to a grave threat from a foreign nation.
Yeah, it's easy to make these comments from a comfy studio in Manhattan, I guess, but I don't know. I just kept thinking of that day and what we were seeing on the ground and all the firefighters who walked up when everyone else was walking down, those buildings shaking and falling. Senator Angus King in Maine, he compared Russian election meddling, Tom, with 9/11. Let's watch.
They used airplanes into towers. Now people can use the click of a computer key in St. Petersburg, Russia, to attack. It's an attack that continues, and it's the same kind of attack today that occurred in 2001.
So, Russian election meddling, serious, but it's basically the same kind of attack as 9/11. I don't even know what to say to these people at this point, but I'm wanting your opinion.
No, I mean, there is no comparison, and I don't know how reasonable people, if they were just thinking about the folks that were involved, the firefighters involved, the civilians involved, people who worked at Wall Street, people whose wives went to work that day, people whose sons and daughters went to work, and we were lost because of some evil, sick people that decided to hurt a country that they hated so much, a civilization that they hated so much, a way of life that they hated so much. And if these politicians would do their job that they swore to do, we wouldn't have half of these issues that we have. I don't know how they take paychecks and go home every night. I don't understand how somebody takes an oath and then just doesn't do their job. That doesn't happen with firefighters and police officers and soldiers. If you don't do your job as a soldier, you pay a price. With these politicians, they're not doing their job. They haven't done their job as far as immigration or any of these issues for 20, 25 years. So I'm not really too hopeful on them doing it now.
And, Tom, I just can't believe we're still debating whether the country needs to have a secure border all these years. I'm not just talking about Trump, Obama, Bush. All these years, we still don't have a secure border. I mean, with thousands of people crossing the border. And it is a security threat. It is a security threat. Tom, thank you so much. It's great to see you tonight, and our prayers are always with New York, Shanksville, and Washington, D.C. Thank you so much.